Hello, tubers. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to Coopersthaiadventure live stream talking about crypto. Welcome back, Mr. Brooke Schneider.
Good to be here.
How you doing? How's the week been in crypto this week, last week?
Interesting week, yeah. We're getting closer to things rocketing.
And we are indeed, and that's what I want to talk to you guys about today. So, what's happening in crypto? Well, it's been a pretty stagnant week for Bitcoin. Bitcoin is hovering around 96.2 right now. And this time last week, it was still 96. So, what is happening with Bitcoin? Well, with Bitcoin right now, we did have a bit of a scare last week about that hack that happened with Ethereum,
Bybit, yeah.
with Bybit. And I looked into it quite a lot, and I found out some very interesting information on how and why this happened and who was behind it. So I'm going to go into some details with you guys. A lot of you probably already know this, but I might be able to tell you something you don't know. And with Bybit, they have a three-step process, and every 3 weeks they transfer a certain amount of Ethereum over from one wallet to another to cover those buys. And they do this periodically every 3 weeks. And I watched the video with the CEO of Bybit, and they have a three people process to approve this. It's got to go through 3 people for the transaction to go through.
3-step or whatever.
Yeah,
3 people?
well, 3 people from
Okay.
Bybit, executives within Bybit. They all have to sign it. It's like if you had a joint account, you would have to have 2 signatures to issue a check. So with them, they have 3 people. Now, first one approves it, second one approves it. It goes to the top guy to then approve it. And he looked at the address, said, "Yeah, it looks good." Clicks on the send, and it went to a hacker's website. And this happens a lot all over the world, and it's not just with crypto. I've seen people get scammed from Microsoft, thinking that they're sending Microsoft Microsoft to renew their Microsoft 365 subscription, and it's not going to Microsoft. They make it look as close as they can to a legitimate Microsoft website, and it happens all the time. And this CEO of Bybit didn't re-verify it before he sent it. And that's where they screwed up. He says he always re-verifies before he sends it. You can click on something on there. I don't know the platform that they do it on, but you can click on something on there and do like a test run to show that it's actually your account that it's going to. Well, on this particular instance, they didn't, and they lost 1.19 billion, call it 1.2 billion of Ethereum. That's a lot to lose. Dollars worth of Ethereum. Well, he's made a video and he said, "Don't worry, we got everybody covered. We have more than enough. We got 5 billion in cash equity. We're going to cover everybody so they don't lose their Ethereum." So the prices of all crypto went down, and I mean all of them across the board. It even affected the stock market. The stock market took a hit as well. Everything across the board on the stock market by close of business on Friday was down. For example,
I don't know if it was because of that, but yeah.
And there's some fear in the markets right now in regards to Trump having tariffs on Canada and Mexico and other countries that he's threatening around the world. "I'm going to impose tariffs on you. I want to impose tariffs. He's the tariff madman." And that spooked the markets as well. So who was behind this? North Korea. How do we know it was North Korea? Well, Bybit put out an announcement that they will give so many shares of a certain stock if somebody can find out who hacked them, who set up this fake address on their system. And it was roughly worth $30,000. Well, the site comes back and says, okay, we'll do it. And they traced where the money went, and it went to North Korea. That's who got it. A famous hacking group in North Korea got the money. So Kim Jong Un is sitting there very happy, going, God knows what Trump's going to do, you know. That is how it happened. Now, they were able to recover some of the Ethereum, not all, some. They were able to stop it, and recover some of it. Whether they'll get it all back is another kettle of fish. But that's what happened in the market, and why crypto's down and sort of hovering, now for 3 weeks at the current price level we're at, 96.2 for Bitcoin, 2,800 for ETH. Sol at 166. XRP is currently at 257. So that's what's happened. And I think this week, moving forward in the next week or two, we should get back to a normal basis, I think is what's going to happen. And the reason why I think we're on an uptrend right now with Bitcoin and alts, this affects the alts too, is because last time we spoke about this 2 weeks ago, I said there was currently 22 United States that have applied for a strategic Bitcoin reserve. Okay, and strategic crypto reserve. Some of them want to add other ones other than Bitcoin into their portfolio. And it's now climbed from 22 to 33 as of today. There's 33 now that have applied. And I said a couple weeks ago on the channel that this is going to have to be a bipartisan event. It cannot pass without the Democrats. It cannot pass without the Republicans. They both have to come on board to make this strategic Bitcoin reserve for the US government. So what makes me think that, I know majority of Bitcoin holders are Republicans, okay? What makes me think that the Democrats are going to come on board? New York. New York has applied for a strategic Bitcoin reserve. That has been Democrat for a hell of a long time. I don't think it's ever been Republican, the state of New York. I think it's always been Democrat. Correct me if I'm wrong in the chat, folks. New York is now on board. That's a biggie. That is a huge biggie. So I'm thinking that what Senator Cynthia Lummis is saying about getting the votes to pass in the House and Senate for this is now going to be a probability. The betting markets have this around about 58% that it's going to get passed. So that's a huge win right there. New York and several other Democratic states, Colorado, for example, Democratic state, New Mexico, Democratic state. So California, not yet on board, but I think it's only a matter of time for them. So that's why I see the writing on the wall. And what's happened in the last week is we got some 13F filings from the SEC showing what companies are getting into Bitcoin, what states are getting into Bitcoin. Well, would it be surprising to learn, folks, that 13 of the 33 states that are applying for a strategic Bitcoin reserve are already heavily invested in MicroStrategy?
Good.
13 are already jumping the gun before they get the strategic Bitcoin reserve and already heavily invested in MicroStrategy.
Yeah. You've got some sovereign wealth funds heavily invested in it.
And that is the next big news. Abu Dhabi's sovereign wealth fund has already bought from their sovereign wealth fund more than will be mined this year by all the miners on the planet in Bitcoin. They bought over $400 million of Bitcoin. That is huge. That is very, very huge.
Well, yeah.
Because there's only 330 Bitcoin mined per year since the halving now.
1,000.
Sorry, 33,000. What is it? No, wait a minute.
450 a day.
450 a day. Do that by the mass.
Yeah.
365. Yeah, that's the figure you come up with. But basically, Abu Dhabi is already bought up
A year's supply.
a year's supply, so that's huge. And then you got Saylor coming out today. He's done the convertible bonds that he did for $2 billion. It looks like it's been oversold again, and it's going to hit 2.5 billion. We'll find out later on today for us, America tomorrow. And it looks like he could possibly be doing a $2 billion buy today in Bitcoin.
Wow, that'd be good.
So that would put him at another 20,000 Bitcoin is what the market is guessing he's going to announce when the market opens today, that he's buying another 20,000 Bitcoin, one step closer to that 500,000. And he said his goal, I watched him the day before yesterday live on YouTube, and he was saying his goal is to get 1 Satoshi. And he's calling 1 Satoshi 1.1 million Bitcoin. Because that's what Satoshi owns, 1.1 million Bitcoin.
Oh, I see.
So he's sort of playing a bit on words there. I want to get 1 Satoshi, which I believe he can very well do this year, because he's expecting to do about 42 billion this year in convertible bonds.
Yeah.
42 billion.
That's a lot.
And the state of Utah has already passed the Senate. It's approved. I said Utah would be first. It would beat Arizona, would be my betting guess. It passed the Senate. So now it's got to go to the governor's desk, and the governor's got to sign off on it. I don't think the governor's going to go against.
No, you're going to see
the people.
The majority of the U.S. states adopt this reserve position for their state government funds. However, Wyoming decided not to. They voted it down, I guess, or it didn't pass.
Yeah, I think it only got to the committee stages in Wyoming.
Yeah, well, that reminds me of like Vanguard still won't let their customers buy Bitcoin.
I know. Yeah.
Talk about being out in left field. Well, now you have the state of Wyoming, the great state of Wyoming, denying, Bitcoin for their residents as a part of their reserve. So interesting how we'll see what happens. As far as MicroStrategy, you're seeing a lot of sovereign wealth funds and governments buying MicroStrategy shares as a way to participate in Bitcoin. It's very liquid, so they're able to get in and out quick. They own shares, right? If I think Norway has 1% of MicroStrategy.
Yes.
You mentioned this morning that BlackRock.
I haven't mentioned that yet. I was about to.
Okay, all right. Well,
that's the next biggest
one. What they own. So, as far as if you're concerned about Bitcoin, how to do it, or you're not interested in the ETFs for whatever reason, MicroStrategy is a way you can play Bitcoin through the shares and watch it grow as Saylor keeps buying Bitcoin. So yeah, interesting times.
It is very interesting times, and I'm glad you brought up back BlackRock. That was my next point of contention. Is BlackRock, whose crypto Bitcoin ticker is Bybit, have announced on their 13F filing they now own 5% of MicroStrategy.
Wow, that's huge.
That is huge amount of shares, considering what did they put their share count up to now? What is it?
Oh, I'm not even sure.
Was it 3 billion shares or something?
They authorized, I think, up to 10 billion, but they'll never get there.
So they own 5% of MicroStrategy. So the writing's on the wall. I think the big leagues that are getting into MicroStrategy hard right now know something that us small people don't know.
Yeah.
I always say, follow the money. Look where the money's going, and then you'll be able to work out which is going to, test the sands of time. Now, MicroStrategy is down at $300 a share right now. A long way down from its all-time high of 500 a share. So it is seriously undervalued. What would it take for MicroStrategy to get to $400? Bitcoin would have to be back at 105. Roughly, Bitcoin gets back to 105, which was its normal pace through the month of January. Then MicroStrategy would be back at 400. So I'd be glad, because then I'd be in profit. Right now I'm down on MicroStrategy, but I'm holding tight because I could see the writing on the wall where this is about to go. So it's like a coiled spring, folks. A lot of people are buying in, but why is the price still down? Well, we've had some bad news in the market. We've had the ETH crash with the scammers, the hackers. Then we had the scare of Donald Trump's tariffs, and that spooks the markets. Everybody's thinking, oh, I might want to hold on some cash, and they're selling out and here and there, and that's what's keeping it down. But what's happening behind the scenes is the OTC desks. The OTC desks are getting depleted quick. The last figure I could find on the OTC desk is they're only down to 140. They're down now to 140,000 Bitcoin. If they run out, especially if Michael Saylor buys 20,000 today, that's going to put them at 120. These states are buying MicroStrategy. These states are going to be buying into Bitcoin. It's only a matter of time before we shoot up to 130, 150, 170, 200,000. I really believe it's only a matter of time, and we still got a long way to go in this bull market. So let's get started with today's show and see who we got online. I love your feedback, by the way.
Daniel Hall, Danny Vega. Good morning, Coop and Brooke.
Good morning, Daniel. And thank you for being a channel member and having the badge next to your name. Much appreciated.
Alpha Mayo, good evening, gents, Darlene, and everyone tuned in today. Hope everyone's doing well. I bought a little more on the dip.
Smart man.
Alpha's always buying on the dip.
Yeah, it's
Smart
good.
Guy.
You should have some cash aside so you can buy when they have these big dips. And there will be a lot of volatility this year in Bitcoin. I could see it on the writing on the wall. When Bitcoin gets to 130, there's going to be people selling. That's the next sell wall. When it gets to 150, there's going to be people selling. 170, 200,000, 250, there's going to be sellers. So there'll be people taking profits and saying, okay, I've doubled my money, I'm out. So
they're still early in the game here, guys. Anything under 100 on Bitcoin is a steal.
Is a steal right now.
Yeah. As well as there's been a lot of turmoil in the world, and wars and change in governments and new presidents, and yet Bitcoin's held in.
Yeah.
And I think I could easily see by the end of the year a double in the price, 250 even. So I think we're in the very early stages, and
yes.
I wouldn't be concerned at all about buying at these prices. And are you going to wait for a dip down to 70? Good luck with that. I don't think you'll ever see that again.
Now, the bears were calling for it, and the lowest Bitcoin got was 92 in the last 3 weeks. So it's bounced back to 96 too. So Bitcoin is holding in there real well.
Yeah. The reason I don't think it's gone ballistic as of yet is the market makers are playing games. There's still some big players wanting to buy.
Yeah.
And they're working in concert together, fill up their bags at these prices. And then, once they're done buying, well, look out, then we'll see what happens. So
exactly.
Yeah. Maya and John, good day, everyone.
Good day, Maya and John. Thank you for coming on.
Live and learn with Mike. Good raining morning. That's right. DJ Cooper, Brooke, and Darlene.
It is. It's drizzling out there.
Yeah, we could use a bit of rain. It was nice.
It's good. It cools down the weather and it drops the humidity. I like it.
Dry for many weeks, so that's good. Joe Ink Tattoo, good morning.
And good morning, Joe.
Richard Woolley, hi guys.
And hi, Richard, and thank you for being a channel member and having the badge next to your name.
Yeah,
much
hit that
appreciated.
thumbs up, make Darlene smile. There's Scotty Richard from California. Hi, CBD. I forgot about the Monday morning stream. Just open up YouTube, and there you were. There was your smiling face.
And thank you, Scotty. Much appreciated.
Scotty's getting ready to sell his house, I think. El Romeo, accident or inside job with the CEO?
And that's what you may never find out. Shame on him. He should have verified before he sent it.
Well, I think a lot of this is, as Romeo says, inside jobs. When you're losing a 1.2 billion, somebody's involved in that. That's my thinking. So, well, time will tell. Now, Bitcoin was not affected.
No.
It was strictly Ethereum, and it was on a website that, this didn't happen ever with Coinbase or, Binance. So, and Bybit luckily has enough to cover the losses.
So they say. We'll see.
Well, yeah, they've got enough funds. They've been able to access funds, borrow funds, and yeah. Now, if I had, coins or whatever with Bybit, I might think about, maybe find a safer platform. Once burned, twice shy. It's not a good track record when something like that happens. So you might want to consider switching if you're on with them.
I think somebody's in big trouble at Bybit.
Well, yeah, it'll come out. What's Duke doing these days? Accident as the hack was a spoof.
Yeah, that's what they're claiming, that it was an accident because they didn't re-verify before they sent it. Big, huge mistake. You always verify. Always verify. When I'm transferring money from my US bank to my Thai bank, I look at over 3 times to make sure I got everything covered. That I'm not going to be sending it to the wrong account by accident. Even though I'm doing it on my laptop with my VPN and everything else, I still re-verify several times before I click that send button.
Smart.
I've done it by accident too in the past. Missed out 1 digit in the account number or the routing number. And it takes several months for the bank to locate the money and you to get the money back. I did get the money back, thankfully, when I made that mistake, but I've never made it twice. Never made the same mistake on that twice.
Good lesson. Jeff Sigler, good morning, CBD and the whole gang. Hope everyone is doing okay.
And we are. Thank you, Jeff. How you doing, brother?
Morning here, Jeffy. Jerry Hart, good morning, Coop, Darlene, and Brooke.
Good morning, Jerry. Thank you for coming on and joining us.
Hunter Orion, good evening, CTA crew from Nebraska. Hope all is well.
And we are, Hunter, from Nebraska.
Wow, he's back in Nebraska.
Yeah. I bet you can't wait to get back over here. Yeah. And thank you for being a channel member and having the badge next to your name. Much appreciated.
Lost Boy, good evening. Good morning, everyone.
And good morning to you, Lost Boy, who's also a channel member and has the badge next to your name.
Alfa Romeo, the North Korean group called the Lazarus Group, hacked the exchange.
Yeah. Correct. They were called the Lazarus Group. They are a notorious group that is sponsored by the Korean government. And they try and hack as many companies around the world as possible because North Korea is a hermit kingdom and doesn't have a lot of money because they're not doing trade with anybody except for China and Russia right now. So with that being said, I don't think Bybit's ever going to get it back.
Yeah, I wouldn't hold my breath.
Yeah. And I think they're already sanctioned to death. So I don't know what more the governments around the world can do to them.
What's Duke doing these days? News about the U.S. Marshals can't account for all the Bitcoin they seized from Silk Road back in the day. Yeah, they did seize quite a bit. I believe they still hold it.
I think it's over 200,000.
Yeah, around that area. So that'd be a good start to the Bitcoin reserve.
I think it'd be a fantastic start.
Yep.
I'm just glad that it's still there and that the last administration didn't sell it.
Yeah, that was all FUD.
Yeah. They moved it. They did move it to Coinbase, but then didn't sell it. So that was a relief there.
Sam T, Bitcoin is the biggest pyramid scheme to ever exist. Wow.
I don't believe for a moment, Sam, that it's a pyramid scheme.
Well, Sammy,
because there's only 21 million coins, of which 5 million are lost. So there'll only ever be 16 million coins. And when you got big multi-billion and trillion-dollar companies buying into this, they're not going to be buying into a pyramid scheme at all. And the U.S. government is proposing to buy 1 million coins over the next 5 years and keep it for 20 years without selling it. So, and a lot of U.S. states, 33 now, are saying they want to do the same. with holding a minimum of 5 years to 10 years is what I'm seeing by reading what they're announcing, you know, in their filings of what they'd like to do. So, and then there's police funds, there's firefighter funds, there's universities, there's now pension funds are in it heavily into MicroStrategy right now. So I see a lot of positive things coming, and I don't think all these intelligent people on the planet that manage trillions of dollars would be buying into anything if they thought it was a pyramid scheme.
Sammy, I would say that there's like 15 years now of history on Bitcoin, best performing asset, you know, compared to the S&P and the Dow, for example. So you've got a good history of performance. And I would caution you to, you know, you're a doubter, obviously, but it's probably prudent to take 1 or 2% of your portfolio and invest in it, just on the chance that it's not a pyramid scheme. And what if it does go to $1 million? You'd probably be a happy camper. So you might want to just look at that. And yeah, adoption is growing. So Tanya Brooke, self-care and support for caregivers. Good morning, Coop, Brooke, and Darlene. Morning, Tanya.
And Sam T's coming back with some more.
For the states to individually buy Bitcoin, I think it will be a disaster. I will get in and out quick. They should not be allowed to do that. The only thing they should invest in is the American dollar. Well, you know, your buying power with the American dollar is going down and down and down.
It's depreciating every year.
Yeah, they keep printing. The printing press is, you know, running full out with nothing backing it. So you're losing your buying power. At least with Bitcoin, you're going to maintain it. So that's why the states are doing it. And yeah, good for them. Jeff Sigler, Brooke, I heard that North Dakota also voted against Bitcoin. Could that be what you're thinking, or did they both turn it down?
I think it was North Dakota.
I thought it was Wyoming. You know, I'll confirm that for the next meeting. But anyways, you're never going to get 100%. Like we got Sam on the channel thinking it's a scam, and you know the rest of us don't. So you know, it's obviously similar in the States, I suppose. But you know, proof will be in the pudding. We've had 14, 15 years now of history. There'll be a lot more years going forward with, you know, the history updates. And I think we're on the right track owning Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Sam T, I think the individual states invest, American states, we've had that.
Yeah. Okay. It's come up twice for some reason.
Yeah. Kim Leslie Nielsen, good morning. Have a good day, BCD.
And thank you, Kim. Much
Hit
appreciated.
That like button,
and you
make
too.
Darlene smile, eh? Sam T, do you guys really know what you're talking about, or are you just reciting what you read? A lot of it's what we read to recite, Sam. And a lot of people, I think, tune into the channel because they don't follow it as much as we do. You know, so we try and put it out in layman's terms people can understand. Follow the news, and yeah, that's a lot of it. You know, some of it's our own personal opinions, obviously, and obviously a lot of it is a recital of what we've read. I mean, that's what information is, basically.
And none of this is financial advice, Sam. Everybody has their own mind and able to do what they want. But Bitcoin for myself and Mr. Schneider has tripled since we got into it. So we are very happy. It's been a big boost to our pensions here. And we're just telling how we see the things panning out if X, Y, and Z happens. And that's what we report on, X, Y, and Z on here on Mondays. So we'll tell you how many states are applying for the Strategic Bitcoin Reserve, who's got into it, who's buying MicroStrategy, who's buying Bybit, who's buying Fidelity, what nation states are getting involved, and also who is using their sovereign wealth fund to buy into the market as well, what country they're coming from, how much money they're putting into it. So all we're putting out is facts right now. And that's the way that we run the channel. We never sugarcoat anything. We don't try and say, oh, Bitcoin's going to $1 million this year. It may very well do, but I've never preached it on the channel thinking that it's going to happen. You know, I can see the writing on the wall. It's going to go to 250 this year because of the amount of states getting involved in it. Like I said, Utah's already got passed by the Senate, Sam. So that one is a given as long as the governor signs off on it. I can't see the governor going against the committee. I can't see him going against the House, and I can't see the governor going against the Senate. There's too many people in there that want it to happen. Democratic states are also getting involved, which is a huge, huge plus. New York is now in on it. Colorado is now in on it. New Mexico is now in on it. So these Democratic states, Republican states, you can see the writing on the wall. You can see where it's going. You can see the people that are filing the 13F that we bought into this, we bought into that, and it's available. It's public information. Anybody can go look at it. So I would suggest you take a look, Sam.
Yeah,
and,
Sammy, I was the same as you 5 years ago. I thought it was a pyramid scheme. I thought it was a scam. I had a great meeting with a mentor of mine who, when I was ranting about this scam that I had heard about, you know, briefly looked at Bitcoin. He didn't say a word. And that when I was done ranting, he looked at me and said, well, Brooke, I own Bitcoin. I think you better do a little more research before you start, you know, taking such an opinion against it. And it kind of shocked the heck out of me. So I thought, well, you know, if he's smart enough, and I consider this guy a lot smarter than me, I started doing a lot more research. And after about 10 hours, I'd say, you know, maybe there's something here after all. After about 100 hours, holy geez, I think there is something here. And then after about 1,000 hours of research, I became committed because you can see everything unfolding in front of you. You know, your dollar's depreciating in its buying power. Why is that? The governments keep printing with nothing backing it. Every government does it. So, you know, the debt's spiraling. You know, what can we do to protect ourselves? Well, hard assets, you know, but sure, real estate, but they're going to tax that. They're doing it already. Hard to move, can't take it with you. You know, what else is there? Well, there's gold. We'll try and move that out of the country if you decide to move or take with you. Good luck. So Bitcoin seemed to be an alternative. And the more you research, the more you realize, yeah, it is. Now, okay, so that's just for me. That's not for everybody. You know, do your own research. But when you see this adoption happening across the planet, you know, you've got hundreds of millions of people owning Bitcoin now on the planet. You've got the biggest corporations, the biggest sovereign wealth funds, governments adopting Bitcoin. You might just think, yeah, maybe there is something here. So, yeah.
And I don't blame you, Sam. When I first got into Bitcoin and researched about it, I was skeptical. I thought it was a pyramid scheme. I got to say, I thought Brooke was the first person that introduced me to crypto. And I said to him, it seems like a pyramid scheme to me. You know, you got to put more money in for the price to go up and everything else. And I was thinking, nah. And it took me a whole year of research before I finally said, okay, there's something to this.
I would send you clips and, you know, hey, watch this and make your own decision. You know, it's
but it did. It took me a whole year before I bought into Bitcoin.
Yeah.
So, yeah, by all means, do your research. And we welcome all opinions on here, Sam, good, bad, or ugly. So whether you think it's bad or other people think it's good, we welcome all opinions.
Sure. Captain Action, Henry from Tampa. Thank you, Team Coop. I really enjoy your show. Thank you.
And thank you, Captain Action, for being a channel member. And welcome to the live stream.
What's Duke doing these days? Just wait till they audit Fort Knox.
And I am waiting for that impatiently.
I hope they do audit it, and I hope everything's fine. You know,
I hope it's fine too. But if there's less than what they say there is in there, oh boy, that could be letting out a whole can of worms.
Well, you're caught in like they haven't had an audit in 50 years. Why not? Come on, let's have an audit. Look at the truth never should hurt you. You know, at least you know how to handle or go forward. So yeah, let's do that audit. Let's find out what are they hiding if they didn't audit it or they decided not to. Then it would create even more questions.
What's got me questioning it though, Fort Knox is, and this the strategic gold reserve is, so many senators have tried over the years. Senator Rand Paul is one. He's been on the news recently. He's been trying for 20 years to get in there and been denied every single time to go in there and do an audit to verify it, and been denied every time. Well, why? Yeah. It's a U.S. military installation, they're saying, which it is. It is run by the U.S. military. However, he's a senator. He's got top secret clearance. He's on several committees where he requires to have top secret clearance. So therefore, he should be able to go in with his clearance level and verify the gold's there, and do a full audit. But no, he wasn't able to get in. So, and it's not just him. It's several Democratic senators have tried as well and been told the same thing. No.
I think President Trump wants to go, and I think they'll let him.
Well, he said he wants to go personally with Elon Musk.
Yeah.
What I would like them to do, if they're going to do that, then I would like them to live stream it on X.
Well, for that might, with the military installation like that, security.
Well, they don't have to show the security, only inside the vaults.
Yeah, okay, I got you.
Yeah. But I think they should live stream it from inside the vault so nobody could see the security process of getting in there and everything else. That should remain top secret, I think, because it's a lot of money in there. Supposedly, we'll see.
We'll see what happens.
We'll see what happens.
Interesting times. Amtrak Morton, hi everyone. Grabbed a bit of the dip myself with my silly little money. Well, it's never silly.
No, it's not.
You can get in with $10, $100, whatever. It's never
buy
Satoshis.
Silly. Yeah, buy parts of a Bitcoin. Yeah, you can get in at any amount.
Any amount. Scotty Richmond, adoption of crypto and blockchain has gone from first gear to second gear over the last 3 months.
Yes.
JP Morgan just purchased 1 billion XRP.
Yes. And, JP Morgan, he makes me laugh, that guy. He's
Jamie Dimon.
Yeah. Sorry, Jamie Dimon. He makes me laugh, that guy, because he's been so against crypto. And then he goes and buys our XRP, saying, no, crypto is, is nothing, and, everything else, and buy gold, and, buy silver, and buy this and buy that, but don't buy Bitcoin or crypto. And then he spends $1 billion.
Well, they want to keep the price down.
Exactly.
Yeah. What's Duke doing these days? Last bull run, I sent 15 ETH to an old paper wallet I have no access to anymore. Tiny tests sends as the lesson going forward. Yeah, that was quite a 15 ETH today. Boy, I think you're up around 45,000 US. So
see, now I've done that several times there, Duke, where I want to send money and I'll do a test and I'll send like $10 just to see if the $10 goes through.
True.
And if the $10 goes through and I got it, okay, I'm good to send more than $10.
Yeah.
Brooke said that to me about the Wise card. Do a test first. Only send a little amount. See that it hits your account. Once you do and it's okay, then send a larger amount.
Yeah. That's the way to do it. Gunslinger Jeggedy. Sam T must own a lot of gold. Yeah, there's gold bugs here.
Too. Yeah, we got gold bugs too.
Yeah. And they're good friends of ours.
And if Fort Knox is missing a bunch of gold, I can see the price of gold going through the roof.
Yeah, and Bitcoin as well.
Because there's going to be less on the market than what a lot of people thought.
True.
So I think a reevaluation of the gold price might be in order.
Interesting times. El Romeo, boys, with Tesla, NVIDIA, and Strategy, meaning MicroStrategy, dipping on Friday, do you think they recover on Monday opening? Yeah, I could see this being a good week for those stocks. Another buying opportunity come Monday morning. Could be. Yep.
Yeah, I think with MicroStrategy down at $300 a share,
that's cheap.
That is extremely, extremely undervalued.
Yeah.
So I'd get in quick while you can.
The Misty shares are down. The monthly payers, they're down to 23 and change. That's really on sale. That's my opinion. MicroStrategy's on sale. Tesla is hanging in there, but I still think it's a buy even at that. And Solana is cheap. It's just we don't have a vehicle to buy Solana until the ETFs come out.
Yeah.
So unless you're just buying, storing in a cold wallet, let's say.
Mm-hmm.
But yep. Jeff Trujillo, great show, guys. I heard Bitcoin is going up to 1 million. Your thoughts?
I don't know.
In time,
it could do
7 years, I guess.
It could hit $1 million, but a lot of things would have to happen there, Jeff. For example, you would need a strategic Bitcoin reserve by the U.S. and a lot of other countries. You would need, at least half of the United States starting their own strategic Bitcoin reserve. 25 out of the 50 states would need to get into it. And then you would have to have sovereign wealth funds follow suit. But if all that did happen, yes, Bitcoin could go to $1 million. Is it likely to happen? Well, we probably got about a 10% chance. Would be my best guess. What do you think the chances of Bitcoin going to $1 million this year?
Oh, not this year.
So we'll say 2025.
It's not even 10%. That wouldn't happen this year. All that adoption, it will hit 1 million, but I think it's 7 years away. Let's say, pick a date, 2032, 2 halvings away, I believe. But yeah, I don't have an issue with it hitting that. It'll be in my lifetime, which is good. And so just stay tuned. The adoption is what's going to drive it there, and the adoption is growing, and it's historically growing. So I don't have an issue with that at all. This year, I'm guessing maybe 150 to 250 by the end of the year. Daniel Hall, Danny Vega, there are no such thing as pyramid schemes any longer.
Unfortunately, there's still some out there, but not in Bitcoin.
El Romeo at Sam, if you want to dump your Bitcoin, I'm more than happy and willing to take it off your hands. The market is so weird. USA stocks are down and everyone else is up. Well, I don't know about the foreign markets. Maybe they are.
I haven't taken a look at them, to be honest with you, the foreign markets. But then they don't have President Trump as their president, So probably the foreign markets are up right now, So
the states have done well, relatively speaking, over the last couple of years. So, and I'm speaking in relation to foreign markets. So maybe there's a bit of a reversion back to a mean, it's called. But I still think the U.S. market is long-term the place to be. And, a lot of the foreign money was leaving those countries for the U.S. because the returns were a lot better, with stable governments and, with Trump in there now, who I think most people would consider to be pro-business,
Well, hopefully pro-Bitcoin.
Pro-Bitcoin, but in overall pro-business. He does like to see the markets do well because that's the average consumer's investment.
Well, he said many times that he's pro-crypto, so we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
We'll see what happens.
Captain Action, Alpha Male, you're awesome. Well, we all know that. David Lowe, I hear your best return on investment is hitting the like button. Correct.
Yes.
Make Darlene smile. I did it and believe someone out there might be smiling. You are correct. See some of the crew at Route 66.
Yeah, we'll be there today without Alpha Romeo. I got to rub it in on him.
Yeah.
Get him back here sooner. He's probably laughing right now. But anyways, we'll be there at 11 o'clock today for breakfast. Everybody's welcome to come and join us. That's here in Thailand.
Alpha will be shoveling snow, I think.
Yeah.
Mark Romano, my stocks go up when I hit the like button.
There you go.
That's true. Elf says, or anyone else who wants to unload this hard asset, let me know. I'm interested. Thank you. R, oh, my bad. Hello, Darlene, Coop, and Brooke.
And hello, R.
Jeff Sigler, I'm excited for the day when I walk into Starbucks and see the price of a caramel macchiato is 0.00001 Bitcoin. Yes.
Yeah.
A Satoshi. Mark Romano, my stocks go up when I hit the like button. Good.
And he says it again 3 times.
What's Duke doing these days? London Exchange reported to have stopped delivering gold as they are out.
Yeah, I heard that too. A lot of the gold from London has been shipped to America.
Yeah, I have heard that.
Why? Are they trying to beef up the Fort Knox before the audit?
Well, or that, like, who's shipping it and why would they? It's someone, I think, who's concerned about leaving it in those countries where they figure maybe the States being a little more free enterprise, more open. Hey, we can, keep our gold and, not have it seized or whatever. I mean, governments are governments. When they need more money, they're going to look anywhere to get it. And, that's maybe what's happening.
But I tell you what I would like is I would like the ship that's carrying the gold to sink. I'm a scuba diver. I'd be down there getting as much as I could.
I think they're flying it. They're not waiting to ship it. Yeah, they're flying it.
Just my luck.
But just a point on that, like they say, so they got real gold, physical, and they got what's called paper gold.
Yes, IOUs.
IOUs. Yeah.
Yes.
You want to invest in gold? No problem. We're going to give you an IOU, this piece of paper. We have the gold. We have it in storage in a vault in Switzerland.
Yeah.
But you now own it, right? On paper.
Yes.
Yeah. Good luck with paper gold. So,
and that's something funny came out in the news this week about that. Germany had requested for the gold from America. And they were told, yeah, you can have your gold and store it in your own country, no problem, but you have to give us 5 years and we'll get it to you. What the heck? Wait 5 years for the gold? Because apparently America's been lending out its gold. Why would you lend gold?
Who knows? They'd have their reasons, I suppose, but
doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense to me, and I wouldn't touch that paper gold.
Mark,
bottom line. Live and learn with Mike. My friend got me into crypto. I wish I listened to him 4 years ago. He's pretty set right now, and he is not stopping. So, yeah. I mean, we started on the channel, Coop. I recall it was 25,000 was the price of a Bitcoin.
Yes,
when we started a year and a half ago, whenever that was, and now look at it. So we'll be sitting here a year and a half, 2 years from now. Remember when it was 99, under 100,000?
Yeah.
Can you look at it now? Yep. You'll be saying the same thing. El Romeo at Jeff. Thumbs up. Smiling. Audit from a neutral party, but I do not think the public needs to know how much. I can see a downside to that. Trump is a security risk, and so is Elon. Just my opinion. He's president. So.
I think you're onto something there. I would like to see the head of the financial institution there as well, the Fed there. I would also like to see the SEC commissioner and probably the head of the CIA there as well. I think it should be not just Trump or Elon in there. I think it needs to be a lot more departments involved in it to re-verify the verify, like we have on news where they do the fact checks. Somebody puts something out and then somebody checks to see if that's true. I would be 1,000% in for that. I agree with you 100%, and I think there should be Democrats involved as well.
Yep. Make it bipartisan.
I think they should make it bipartisan. They should have the head of the Fed in there. They should have the head of the monetary policy in there. They should have the head of the SEC in there. They should have Democratic senators in there as well. So everybody can verify it together.
Yeah. Neutral party is good, and make it open.
Make it open
where the results
100% transparency
are legitimate. Yes. Transparent and legitimate.
And they should take the scanner in with them. Okay, you can buy these on the open market, folks. They're metal scanners. A lot of pawn shops have them, and they scan the metal to see what's in the metal. How much percent is gold? How much is lead? How much is copper?
Wow,
and everything else. And they can take the scanners in there and scan.
Hopefully, you don't have any
single
fake
bar.
Yeah,
to make sure they're.
I would think
real.
That would be tested going into the vault.
But then again, we need to verify.
Well, yeah, we need to verify, but hopefully,
because remember what happened to China. China had all that gold, and then when somebody tested it and cut into it, they found out it was lead. It was only painted gold. So yeah, I think they need to verify
it too. Trying to pawn that off, maybe they were. Steve Dice, Treasury Secretary, was on Bloomberg last week and says they do auditing at Fort Knox regularly, and all is well.
Well, I mean, he did say that. I did see that interview, Steve.
Okay.
You're right. I did see that interview. He said they do an internal audit every year.
Okay.
So, but at the end of the day, they're just looking at how many pallets, and there's 100 bars per pallet, whatever, and they're going 100, 200, 300. That's easy to do. Anybody can do that. What they need to do is check: is the gold real? Yes. Check the weight. Gold weighs a certain amount per bar.
Yeah.
They can do that. They can take these and put them on a weighing machine and check to make sure the weight is right minus the weight of the pallet, and then they can scan them individually to make sure that they're all authentic gold. And if it is all there, it'll be a huge blessing. I'd really hope that it is all there.
Richard Woolley, the stupid Prime Minister Gordon Brown sold off a huge amount of gold when it was really low. So if we did, it wouldn't surprise me one bit.
Yeah.
Gordon, was that the English Prime Minister?
It
Brown?
was. He was a sort of stand-in prime minister.
Okay.
Yeah. So I believe what's his name from Top Gear? Jeremy Clarkson. He used to call him the one-eyed Scotsman. Yeah. Oh, funny.
Alpha Male, Captain Action, can you please mention that to my mum? Please.
That he's wonderful in buying Bitcoin.
Scotty Richmond, from rumors I have read over the years, I would be surprised if there were any gold at all.
I'm sure there's gold there. I'm sure there is gold there. I just don't know how much, and how much of it actually belongs to the U.S. and how much is being held by the U.S. for other countries. That's going to be, what they have to figure out.
Yeah.
For example, from Germany and Sweden, and London, so be interesting.
Hunter Orion, Fort Knox vaults are probably full of congressional IOUs.
Probably.
The congressmen have the gold. That meant Menendez guy, he had gold bars in his safe in his office, at the Senate. And when they grabbed that, they grabbed cash and the gold. Where'd you get this? Oh, it's just savings, It's all bribes. He's in jail now.
Oh, yeah.
I really do not care if they have gold there. I just find it funny that people think we just have stacks of gold in America. The streets are paved in gold.
Oh yeah, go to Los Angeles. You'll see gold stars all over, all over around Hollywood.
Yeah. Yeah. Phil L, there's a lot less gold in Fort Knox than there should be. That's why they won't have an audit or let anyone in to check on how much is there. That's kind of the way I think. If they don't do the audit, or they won't let people, ascertain what's there, why not? Maybe it's because they don't want the truth come out.
See, and that's why we have IRS audits in America. Companies do their own internal audits, and of course they can bend the books to make them look as profitable as they want. When the IRS comes in, they can really dig through the numbers and say, hang on, actually, you earned $3 million as a company more than you say you did. You owe us some revenue, some tax.
Yeah.
So I think you should audit the auditors. IRS does it to all American companies. Why can't the U.S. government do it to the gold reserve?
Sure.
Yeah.
I think Tesla will drop further. They're not moving vehicles at all. I just see, to me, it's not a vehicle company.
It's an AI company.
Yeah, it's a technology AI company. I mean, look at the future of their self-driving, their bots, their humanoid robots, battery pack storage. They've got a lot on the go. So, and they're all profitable, or there will be tremendously so.
And there's also still a long waiting list for the Cybertruck. You can't get one for love or money from a dealer.
Right.
You got to go on the waiting list. So when there's a waiting list out there and people can't buy them, that produces more demand, and then hence the price will go up. But what I'm waiting for, the big wait I'm waiting for with Tesla, is the Tesla taxis, due to start rolling out soon. And then also the bots, the robots.
Oh, big time.
That is the big money right there.
Yeah.
That is the biggest
That'll
one.
be bigger than the cars, I think.
And if it gets approval from the Drug and Administration for the Neuralink, that's another big one. That's another big one.
I hope you're right, because I want to build up my Tesla bag. I've got 120 shares only. I want to get that up to, I think 300 is
the magic number.
The magic number, according to Jamie and Best Answers, who I follow and respect. So yeah, I hope you're right. I hope it does drop further, but you know, Jesus, I don't know if that's going to happen.
And I got a little bit more than you. I got a little bit of a jump on it. I remember, what did we buy in at 200 and it went to 250 and you sold some?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stupid.
Yeah.
R at Phil L, but it could be a lot more, just like our strategic oil reserves are a lot larger than people think.
It could be, and that would be fantastic for the US government if it is a lot more.
Yeah.
Because they have some signature notes there, and they valued those signature notes at like $40 an ounce, you know, for gold. Well, gold's a lot more than $40 an ounce right now, you know. So it's actually pretty close to $2,000 an ounce right now.
Closer to 3.
Is it 3,000 an ounce? I'm not a gold buff, but
29 and change.
29 and change. I knew it was 2,000 something, but yeah. So if it's a lot more, fantastic.
Time will tell with an audit. Roger Carpenter opened a Wise account yesterday. Good. I clicked for a debit card. They put me on an 8-month wait list.
Wow.
Yeah, I think you can do the
digital card.
Digital card.
Yeah.
So I think too, depends where you are, but I've heard a waiting list on that. So you'll still be able to use your Wise card. To be honest with you, I physically don't use that Wise card anymore. I don't have to. I simply do the transfers online.
Yeah.
And then from online into my Bangkok bank, you know, so it works slick that way. I do have the card, and I could, if I needed to, say I was traveling and needed to access an ATM in a foreign country.
Yeah.
I could use it there, I suppose, but I haven't used that in over a year, Coop.
I was speaking to Aaron downstairs in the basement yesterday, and he's just turned 50 last month. And he spent a full year in Thailand on the education visa, and he didn't open a bank account. Yeah, but he's just got one open now because he's doing the retirement visa. He's over 50.
Yeah.
And he said, Coop, I don't know why I didn't listen to you. That scan pay is super fantastic.
Yeah.
I don't have to use a bank card. I just go and hit the scan pay and it's paid. He says, I was in the Navy, and as a Navy, we don't like new things, you know. We like the status quo, you know. He says, I'm one of those old timers, you know, that believe in, you know, if it works, don't change it.
Yeah.
You know, he said, but damn, I wish I would have listened to you. He said that scam pay is the best thing since sliced bread.
I was a year here, same thing as him. And you told me about it, how easy it was, and showed me. Actually, you showed me the one time we were out somewhere and I paid with that scan. You walked me right through it. And ever since then, that's the slickest thing since sliced bread. So
yeah. So I think with Wise, they want to push the digital card more than the physical card.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because you can do the exact same thing on there.
Yep. Alpha Mayo, laughing out loud. Order me Denver omelet and a cappuccino.
He got mine. And he says,
send the money, Alpha. Gracias. Jeff Sigler, even after the huge drop last Friday, the S&P was at the same level on February 12th, 2025, so I wouldn't worry too much. Yeah.
No, it's just sort of revised 2 weeks down, but no biggie. No biggie. I'm not sweating it.
Al Romeo, a video call brunch works for me. So he wants us to video.
Yeah, video our brunch today.
Elon is from a BRIC country, aka the enemy currency bloc. You don't hear much about BRIC
from
anymore.
South Africa.
Yes, he's born there, I believe.
Yeah.
And he is heavily invested in China. Well, as companies are.
Tesla is, yeah.
Tesla is. So yeah, no, you don't hear much about the BRIC countries anymore. And they're going to have their own currency. Don't hear boo about that. And with now that Trump's in power, you know, they're all wanting to work with Trump, not against him. So.
And I believe he relinquished his South African citizenship and exchanged it in for U.S. citizenship.
Okay. Okay. Anthroc Morton, at our neutral accounting of Fort Knox, wouldn't it fail to government accounting? Wouldn't it fall to the government accounting office?
It should be them involved as well.
Yes. You trust any of those government agencies? That's my issue.
I think everybody should be there. I think it should be bipartisan. I think that you need some heads from different departments to all verify it.
Yeah.
You know, rather than Trump go in and say, "Oh, half of it's gone" with no proof whatsoever.
No, you don't want to have
or Elon saying that. You know, I think for the Democrats to be satisfied that what they're saying is true, because the Republicans don't trust the Democrats anymore than the Democrats trust the Republicans. We all know that. You know, we're not stupid. You know, there's no trust between the parties. You know, so I'm in 100% in favor of bipartisanship on that one, verifying it. 100% in favor.
Can we hit the like button? Make Darlene smile?
Yeah, just come back in from the gym.
Look at that big smile on her face. Jeff Trujillo, I have 3 ETFs, Bybit, TOPT, and Schneid. Let my money work for me. I know Schneid, that's a monthly payer, I believe. TOPT, I don't know.
Bybit, we both know.
Yep. Good for you, Jeff.
Yeah, it's good to be diversified.
Uncle Craig Bennock, life on a Thai farm. Hey guys, morning from the Thai farm.
And good morning to you, Craig. Yeah. Thank you for coming on and joining us.
Tommy Lee, there's that big smile. Good morning, Cooper, Brooke, and Darlene. Hope everyone is doing well. We are Tommy.
We are Tommy, and we miss you. Come back to Thailand.
Tommy the Tominator. Yeah. Greg Smits, good morning.
Good morning, Greg.
Simply Social, what is wrong with people? Audit is good, especially from Elon, richest man in America. If he wanted our information, he owns PayPal idiots. He could get the people information easily from there. So,
yeah, I don't. He doesn't need the money. He's a multi-billionaire, you know, and may even become the first trillionaire on the planet. Who knows? With those bots coming out, the Neuralink, the cyber taxis, he may be the first trillionaire on the planet. But no, I just believe, along with R, that it should be bipartisan.
Oh, absolutely.
I think we need to restore trust in America.
Yeah.
You know, stop the Democrats and the Republicans being head at each other and actually do something together. You know, America's so divided right now that is something that could restore a bit of trust in both parties.
Well, everyone,
so I'm 100% for it.
Everyone in government wants to eliminate waste and fraud. They all say that. What's happening with Elon and Trump, especially in power, is that they're not only doing it, but they're showing people where and why, which is important. Everyone says they were going to do it over the years, never showed. Well, here's this item that was paid for. That was a scam. Here's this. That was a scam. So they're actually being open with what they're finding, which I like.
Well, yeah. Okay. I'll leave it there.
Leave it there. Yeah. I heard it's not a waiting list for the Cybertrucks. Okay. Well, that's.
My brother's in Arizona. He's looking at getting a Cybertruck, and he's been told it's 6-month wait in Phoenix.
Months. Yeah. Greg, why buy one of those Cybertrucks? They are ugly as F.
They are ugly. I got to give it to you, Greg. I think they're ugly.
I don't think they're
but
ugly.
I like the self-driving ability of them. I think that's super cool. You know, just to sit back and, you know, it drives you wherever you want to go. You know, I think the FSD on it with a new update, fantastic.
Beauty's in the eye of the beholder.
Yeah. So. Yeah, it looks different. That's why it's ugly.
Let's agree on that.
It doesn't look like your standard pickup truck, does it? Your Ford F-150 or, you know.
Blakester Drums. Sorry, but Cybertrucks aren't selling. A few weeks ago, the SUV stopped production for a few days. Tesla dealer near me currently has 5 on the lot. Not spoken for.
Tell me where it is. My brother's desperate to get his hand on one.
There you go. Uncle Craig Bennock. I think that if the world knew how much gold we had, small or large, this could potentially disrupt the global marketplace. So I would take a long look, but keep it a secret. There you go.
Why? We want transparency. That's what they're arguing for. That's what Trump ran on his platform. You know.
Yeah, but what if
he's going to open his mouth? Well, then we need to know.
Yeah, but
if there's double the amount of gold,
the
we
U.S.
need to know
dollar
that too.
would crash. Hold it. There's nothing backing this this U.S. dollar that we've been printing. There's not
well,
even
then
gold anymore.
in my opinion, if he keeps it secret, he's just a paper president.
Yeah.
In my opinion. Because if you're going to run on a manifesto and say that I'm going to be the true social captain of the world, well, then you better put your money where your mouth is and show us the numbers and show us exactly what's there.
I'll tell you what solves
Don't
the problem.
make an announcement saying, oh, we're going to audit it and then keep it a secret. No,
well,
it doesn't work that way.
I think there's an easy solution. Solves the problem.
What's that?
Buy Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Hunter Ryan would love to see Tesla taxi testing in Bangkok. Wouldn't that be something?
That would be fantastic.
Wonder if self-driving algorithms assume most follow rules.
And we do have a Tesla factory here. So,
I don't believe there is.
Yes, there is in Bangkok. There's a Tesla factory.
Yeah,
it's in the opening stages. Hasn't been finished yet, but they are. They do have a Tesla factory starting up here soon. I
don't know. What's Duke doing these days? Sadly, Cybertruck's not available in Thailand currently.
No, they're not available in Thailand currently.
You see Tesla's here, guys.
You see the Model Y.
I haven't seen the truck.
Yeah, I've seen several Model Ys and other Tesla models here.
Yes.
But I've never seen a Cybertruck, no.
And now that you mention it, I've seen the charging stations.
All over.
Yeah.
Tesla's charging stations.
Once you start looking, you see them. Simply Social, we are lucky to have Trump, yes, and his outstanding team running the country right now. The U.S. would have been destroyed if the Dems would have gotten in there. What's your thinking on that, Cooper?
I'm independent, folks. I always have been independent. I voted for Republicans and I've voted for Democrats in my lifetime. I just don't like Trump's mouth. I hate his mouth. He drives me nuts. Every time he's speaking, I want to turn off the TV. I just don't like his mouth.
Biden or Trump? I'm happy Trump's in. I agree with you, Simply Social.
Kennedy.
Okay.
Would have been my first choice.
Next, please. Blakester Drums. I own a Model 3. Well done. And
seeing them here.
Remarkable it is that full self-driving can do what it does. Compared to when I started driving in 1981, it's far from safe for his robotaxi dream. It's getting better all the time.
Yes.
Yeah. And, they do have it testing. So, the more testing they do, the more information they get. Information's king. And, it'll stay tuned. What's Duke doing these days? Most countries, they violate the vehicle regulations for safety. It's a steel tank. He's referring to the Cybertruck. Yeah.
Yeah, it is a steel tank. And it's a beast. It weighs a couple tons.
Yeah. Bulletproof glass too, isn't it?
Bulletproof glass as well. Yeah. So yeah, it is a tank. You're absolutely right. There are.
Simply Social. Hey guys, do I get a hold of a Visa agent you two used? Sing. Also, was the bank account situation resolved yet?
It's getting there. Yeah. It is getting there. I've learned from yesterday, Simply Social, that several agents can now get the bank accounts here in Pattaya. There's more than one. A subscriber told me yesterday he's got a agent and he was able to open a bank account for him for his retirement visa. It's still the same situation for tourists right now. They're saying wait until next month.
Okay, so the tourists are having the issue more so than the retirees.
Yeah, if you're coming here to retire, then right now they can't open your bank accounts. There are a couple that can do it.
We've both used, his name is Singh at Thai Visa Pattaya. I think he has a Facebook page on that. Very highly rated. We speak highly of him all the time.
And if you want to get his details, Simply Social, go back to last Saturday's live stream.
Yep.
Well, actually, Saturday before last. Today's Monday. We had him on there with all his details in the banner.
Correct. El Romeo, the feds need to bring in Geraldo Rivera. Is he still alive?
Geraldo, is he still going?
A gold tester and live stream the event. Oh, Jesus. Inquisitive minds, what the shocking truth behind the vaults. Man, I miss my mango sticky rice.
I'll tell you who'd be better than Geraldo.
Who?
Jerry. Because if the gold ain't there, there'll be a fight. No, but sadly, he's passed away.
Boston Dynamics in the States has the best robotics by far, and Waymo seems to be better on self-driving.
They are the first self-driving taxi, and they are out in San Francisco. Are that one I do know. I got friends that live in the area and told me about them. But they say they're ugly as hell.
Apparently, it's $100,000 to set up a Waymo car.
Is it? Wow.
Yeah. So financially, it's not going to be affordable long term.
To most, yeah.
Boston Dynamics is good in robotics.
They are. I saw several of their videos.
They had commercials that I would just about howl. Actually, I think it was a beer commercial. USB, maybe it was Budweiser, but they had the Boston Robotics thing, and remember he was doing the flips, and they were doing the dancing in the video, and
I saw one run into a salt course. I was like, wow, couldn't believe it. Yeah.
The owner of the company's up there with their right hand. Where's our security team? And they're looking down to the floor. That's our security team. And
the robots
dancing with the robots. Oh yeah, it was hilarious.
Yeah.
Check out some of their ads, commercials. At Alpha Mail, that's a good one. Yep. Richard Woolley, Thailand is joining BRICS. It seems all the major vehicle producers are joining BRICS. Don't hear a lot about BRICS since
nowadays.
Trump got in.
Nah, we're going sort of quiet there.
Trump says he's not going to deal with any BRICS country. He's going to cut them off, so they're all running. Simply Social, Trump's most transparent president ever. Look how he's showing his executive orders. Good. What's Duke doing these days? At Boston Dynamics, sure. If you need robots with guns attached, Tesla bots for the rest of us, I think. There you go.
Who knows? Maybe in the future, the military will be run by robots.
I don't trust the Chinese.
Of the soldiers.
They're all gung ho on this robotics.
Yeah, but did you see the one that they showed on their demo on their tech show?
No.
Oh, it was stupid. It was stupid. And then somebody did in the comparison and said, well, this is the Chinese robots. Have a look at America, with what were they called? Boston Dynamics. And the Boston Dynamics robot was running circles around the Chinese one. Well, what it can do.
The wars of the future, they say, will be fought by drones and robots. So
yeah,
I don't doubt it.
Terminator Day coming soon.
Simply Social, Cooper, after 4 years of law fear, are you surprised? Putting U.S. citizens in jail for praying and trespassing. Lawfare, I think it was called, or law fear, maybe. Yeah.
Well, that's a subject that I want to go over, Simply Social, on Wednesday's live stream. I'd like to talk about the U.S. and where I think it's going wrong. And I would go into a lot more detail on that on Wednesday. I have a topic in mind for Wednesday's live stream. And I see a lot of families destroyed in America. And you know what? Heck, I'll cover it briefly now. No,
Wednesday. This is a crypto.
Okay.
This is crypto
you got
today.
me. You got me.
See, he gives me that shit every time I try to.
All right, I'll go through it.
Jeff Trio, top T is the Magnificent Seven. Okay, check out Apple D, APLD. They make blockchains in the green all last week. Okay, there you go. At What's Duke doing these days? I've seen several demos on how mobile they are, and they are bipedal. Okay, talking about the robots.
Yeah, fantastic.
Uncle Craig Ben Knock. Elon actually has 3 citizenships: South Africa, Canada, and the USA. Wow.
I was told he got rid of his South African one.
Okay, well.
Because South Africa wanted to charge him taxes or something like that. It was going back, I don't know, 7-8 years ago. This was in the Times newspaper. There's a large article about it that he said, hell with you, South Africa.
India might give him citizenship. They really want him to build a factory in India.
I'm renouncing my citizenship.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, he's probably welcome all over the world, that boy. What's Duke doing these days? Boston Dynamic bots don't have AI, so still needs to be controlled.
No, they were pre-programmed.
Yeah,
they were pre-programmed with it. But no, you're right in that respect, Duke. It doesn't. They haven't incorporated AI into it.
Okay.
But it'd be interesting to see what it can do.
Richard Woolley, the most powerful military known to man, is backing the U.S. dollar. Bingo. Simply Social, Trump is the most transparent president ever, best no political team ever. I am voting to put him on Mount Rushmore.
I would vote against it.
Oh, there you go.
I would definitely vote against that.
Blakester Drums, Norfolk, Virginia.
Okay, that's where you can get the Tesla. I'm going to tell my brother.
Okay, R. The reason you would not tell the public about how much gold we have, it will give your enemies too much information. Now, there's a point on your reserves and buying power. No knowledge is the best knowledge sometimes. Yeah, he's got a point there. You don't want anyone that you're competitors with to know your position.
But just
you won't know their position either.
Yeah, but just think, if they did 100% transparency on it and it was all there or even more, how much would that strengthen the US dollar against foreign currencies?
Yeah.
Wow.
Maybe
especially if there's more there, which I'm inclined to believe there's actually more than what they're saying is there, because they valued it at $40 per ounce. Well, it's almost $3,000 an ounce, as you said. My God, that would strengthen the US dollar big time. And right now in Thailand, it's 33 baht to the dollar. I could see that jumping to 40 baht to the dollar if they had, say, 6 times more than what they're currently listing they have. Because if they're listing it at $40 an ounce, and there's actually, $3,000 an ounce, and they're saying, yes, we still have, what was the figure they gave? Several hundreds of tons of gold.
Okay.
Well, my God, that would strengthen the US dollar immensely.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
that's what I'm hoping for.
I think ours got a point there. I don't know if I'd announce the numbers. I would simply announce, yes, we've audited and it is correct, the figures. So, Jeff Sigler, if a Tesla taxi can maneuver through Bangkok, it can go anywhere.
Bangkok is crazy to drive in. Yes, I agree.
Uncle Craig Ben Knock, Bangkok, Tesla has scrapped plans to set up an electric vehicle manufacturing plant in Thailand. There you go. And will focus solely on charging stations, according to a source at Government House.
Okay, because they did get permission from the Thai Prime Minister to build that plant, and they'd already selected the land and where they wanted to build it. I didn't hear any further update. I'll check on that, Craig. I'm not saying I disbelieve you, but I will definitely check on that for an update.
I listened to quite a bit of Tesla updates, and I haven't heard anything going on. Definitely, I've heard India's now the next big
one to build one.
Yeah, they've already put ads in the Indian papers to hire
engineers.
Tesla people.
Okay.
Tesla has, so that's interesting. That's a start. Simply Social, Cooper and Rosie O'Donnell are best friends when it comes to Trump.
I don't like Rosie O'Donnell either. I don't like her either. No, but that's okay.
Tommy Lee, living in New York City, you need a steel tank. Yeah, you need that Cybertruck living there. And Throckmorton, the personal stories of vets and such young ones, also disabled ones, being fired via email or letters without cause or due course. Heartbreaking.
I did see some of that as well. And it is heartbreaking. It really is. There was this one girl in her 20s that she used to work for Twitter. And then she lost her job when Elon Musk took it over. And then she went to go work for an IT company and lost her job again. I do feel for the younger generation. I do. I can see both sides of the fence for overspending and have people working from home and not coming into the offices and things like that. I'm glad they're giving them an 8-month payroll. If they resign, they'll give them an 8-month payroll, to help them, start a new career or, find a new job, tide them over. I'm glad they're doing that, but I don't like to see anybody lose their job. I really don't. I think it's really hard for the younger generation now, especially to get enough savings for the retirement years. I think it's going to be really, really hard on, the generation, the younger ones that are in their 20s nowadays, to make it in the future. I can see them working their whole life and not being able to save, for the retirement. It's not going to be as easy for them as it was for us.
Difficult decisions have to be made. And the reason is if nothing was done or will be done, there's no future for the U.S. because their debt is spiraling out of control. Some people say it's too late already, but at least it's a start. So it's not the case where, hey, they're doing this out of whatever spite or call it what you want. It has to be done. If they do not address the debt issue in a reasonably short period of time, there is no future. I mean, when your debts, your payment on your debt is bigger than your defense, bigger than your Social Security payments, your interest alone, that's kind of writing on the wall. So
that's why I think the government needs to buy Bitcoin.
Well,
they need to do the strategic.
There's several things they need to do, and that's definitely one of them.
Yeah, that'll help the spiraling debt go down. I just hate to see people lose their jobs.
Well,
so I'm on the side
does.
with Ann on that one. I don't like to see that happen to anybody.
No, but you need to cut this waste and fraud. You need to get in there.
Okay, I agree. Don't send several $1 million to transgenders that want to have an operation in Afghanistan. I agree with that, but I don't agree with cutting American jobs.
Yeah, I think Trump's bringing a lot back with these tariffs. So
I don't agree with cutting American jobs. I'm sorry, but I do agree with the foreign aid being cut for overseas countries, that are just wasteful, in my opinion. Well, I do agree with that, but I don't agree with. Oh, sorry, Brooke, I've just removed you from the stage.
Let me just add you back.
Sorry for that, Brooke. But I don't agree with that.
Yeah, but you would agree that a useless government job is a waste of money.
Transfer them to a different department. There's things you can do.
Keep these guys in a different.
Transfer them to a different department where they can be useful.
Well,
you can do cutbacks. You can do that. You can take somebody out of one particular area and put them in a different area. Say they're in IT and they have a security clearance and they're cutting back in that particular department. Transfer them to the Pentagon. You can do it. You can transfer them to military intelligence. You can transfer people. You don't have to destroy their lives, and their government job that they thought would be secure and they could retire them with a good pension that they went to college and trained for. There's ways to do it. There's right ways and wrong ways.
Your government is your most inefficient allocator of resources. What's Duke doing these days? Why wouldn't want their own personal tank? Talking about the Cybertruck. Triggering the haters would just be a bonus.
It's ugly, but I'd drive one.
Tommy Lee, Boston Dynamics might be better, but mass production is a different game, correct?
Yeah.
That's where Elon will come in. Simply Social, BRICS is over. Trump got rid of them. Yeah, I agree with you.
I don't think they'll start up their own currency now.
Yeah, they never were. Never would. Uncle Craig Ben Knox, Cybertruck has a partially bulletproof stainless steel body, but not bulletproof windows. Okay, well, I thought they did. The windshield and the stainless steel skin are resistant to 9mm rounds. More options are available. Okay. Oh, maybe that's it. Maybe that's an option. You can get that.
Yeah.
Indonesia just joined BRICS. If BRICS doesn't really come in, if BRICS really does come in, they have way more people than we do. It's not even close. Yeah, but what do they got as far as gross domestic product, economy, economic power, wealth, and so forth? So,
as long as they don't move away from the U.S. dollar, I don't think there's going to be a problem. It's just a trade set of nations to trade with each other.
Good luck.
Like the European Union.
Simply Social. Hey guys, Japanese is way ahead. Have a top secret program about 1.5 years ago. The robots got out of control and killed about 12 scientists.
I've never heard that.
Terminator at work. Yeah, I never heard that. Well, hey, who knows? Uncle Craig Van Nock, I want Trump to go into Area 51 and spill the beans with pictures.
They moved all that stuff out of it. They moved all that stuff out of there. No, they did it years ago.
It's all gone.
So I think those are now somewhere else in a secret facility somewhere else because it got so much publicity. I think they just moved it out.
Yeah. Tommy Lee, remember U.S. dollars is not backed by gold anymore. Correct. It's backed by In God We Trust.
Yeah. It's backed by fiat.
Yep. Yeah. Well, here's the thing, Tommy, and everyone else listening. every currency isn't backed by gold anymore. There is not one of them. They just paper. Hard tulip. Trump is the hardcore porn of U.S. politics. Hate him.
You and me on the same side of the fence there, hard tulip.
Ooh.
I'll buy you a beer when you get here.
Ooh, shame on you. Richard Woolley, 40 Thai baht to the dollar would be fantastic.
I think it would. I think it'd be absolutely fantastic. And one thing I'll go back here is right here to hard tulip. The great thing about our community here in Thailand is we can all agree to disagree. We got a lot of Democrats, we got a lot of Republicans, and we got independents like me. So I know you're a big Trump lover. I'm a big Trump hater. And then I've got everybody in between on here, which is great. And I think that's the way it should be out here. I think that in America, where people are against Trump and they don't like anybody that is for Trump, is wrong. Whatever your political affiliation, it shouldn't matter. You should judge a person on their merits, who they are, not who they want to be president of the United States. And that's just my opinion. And I'm glad that we have such a huge diversification over here in our group.
Okay. Billy Mayfield, good morning, CBD. Hope you all have a great day. Bitcoin investing only, please. Correct. Yes. Billy. Political issues and opinions are not good on this live stream. Love your channel.
And thank you, Billy. We love you too, brother. And unfortunately, sometimes we do have to talk about politics.
No, we don't.
Crypto
not on Crypto Mondays.
We do have to talk about it because it's the current administration that are making the bills that are going to be put through and get approval for the legislation. And it does reflect on it. So I am pro anybody that's pro crypto. So as long as they're bringing in the right regulations for crypto, I'm all for it. You know, I know they were appointed by Trump and I don't like Trump, but if they're pro crypto and they're pushing the right narrative for crypto, you know, I'll give them a thumbs up for that. But sometimes you have to delve into it. I don't really like it. I agree with you, Billy. I don't want to upset anybody on the channel that's Democrat or Republican or independent. But we are pushing through that this thing is going to be bipartisan. It's going to be both Democrats and Republicans that are going to make this happen.
What's going on with Misty?
Misty is down right now, which is great because the dividends are up.
What was the last dividend? $2.02. $2.02. Now I have a buddy. He's from England, and he just got his first payment, 30% withholding tax. So watch out, guys. If you're, I mean, that happened to me. I thought it was going to be 30. I called in. They said, well, you need this form. I said, well, shit, email me. I'll send it right back. Oh, no, you got to do a physical hard copy, which would have took, you know, days. But they only took 15. And they told me as a Canadian, if I had put the shares into my tax-free retirement account, because of the tax treaty, you'd get 100%. So there's a tip for you guys, Canadians at least. As far as the rest is, you have to look at withholding taxes if you're a non-U.S. citizen.
Yes.
Now, there is a form, I believe it's called W-8B, that you can file to reduce it in most countries to 15%.
Yeah.
So that's a little more livable. So check into that, guys. Simply Social. Hey, guys, giving you inside info in 2019, the Vatican released 12 Air Force 151 full of gold to the U.S. It was being stored there by Hitler, stolen in World War II. That is why Trump made them release it to the U.S.
Okay.
Okay. Well, interesting.
Yeah, interesting.
A lot of theories out there. Greg, okay, let's get that gold audit done in the next week. I want that 40 baht to the U.S. dollar by the time I arrive in Thailand in 25 days. Countdown's on.
I really believe, guys, I believe there's more than what they're saying.
Okay.
I do, because of all the gold bonds, and they priced them so low. So that would mean that the value of the gold in Fort Knox is a lot more than what we were led to believe on previous administrations.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Uncle Craig, I was there when the bot went to 52 to the dollar.
Oh, the good old days. Yes.
Holy Jesus, 52 to the dollar.
It was up that high.
Wowzer.
Yes.
That would have been something. What's Duke doing? Sailor is buying Bitcoin today, correct?
He is.
Correct, Amundo.
He will. He's already put the green dot on his X page. when he puts that green dot, that means he's about to make an announcement.
I think
he didn't buy last week, but he's put the green dot there today.
I think he's aiming for 500,000 Bitcoin.
He is.
End of the week. What's Duke doing? Q1 FASB rules applied to Strategy B books. So be ready.
On fire. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they didn't incorporate the FASB in quarter one, but it looks like they're going to do it for quarter two.
Yeah. They had their choice.
And Strategy B is now, it was formerly known as Microstrategy. Yeah, that's what they're calling themselves now.
What the FASB rules will allow, they'll actually report current pricing of their holdings, which gives them a huge profit.
Yeah.
Simply Social, people lose their jobs on the outside every day. Part of downsizing, my brother said they had 10 people doing one job. Kind of is similar for the government, I think. Trump's bringing back factories. They will get a job. Correct.
I just think they should transfer them to a different department. I hate to see anybody lose their job, Simply Social. I do care.
Aren't you a bleeding heart?
My kids are that age, Brooke.
Get them trained in the right specialties.
So I do think, for them, my son's a manager for a restaurant chain in Utah.
Good.
So he's doing really well. But yeah, I do feel for those that lose their job. I'd hate to see my son lose his job, even though he's working for the private sector, not for the government sector. But no, I don't like it. I just think there's more that can be done. I think you can transfer those people that are good at their job and put them in another department.
So when AI comes and a lot of these jobs are gone, what are you going to do? Just keep them.
Train as an engineer.
Yeah. Learn to
Somebody's got to repair the robots.
Learn to code.
Yeah.
That's what you got to do. Simply Social. Yes, if we do nothing, our country will be bankrupt. Also, government workers get paid twice as much compared to outside workers. And all the benefits to go with it and all the pensions. I'm talking Canada here. Like if you had a government job, man, you were set for life. And why? Couldn't get fired.
That's why you want a government job. That's why you do as good as you can in high school and college and get the degree and get the good grades so you can get that government job. Yeah.
Uncle Craig Ben Knox, just transfer all the federal employees' position cuts to positions in the military.
They can do that too. Yeah. Military intelligence. A lot of them have secret clearances and above, that are in these government jobs. You have to, because you're looking at sensitive material all day long. So you have to have a minimum of secret clearance. So yes, they could transfer them to military intelligence, CIA, FBI. There's lots of different departments they could be transferred to.
Boots on the ground. Simply Social. Cooper again, feely. Yeah. I'm logical, and I think he will just hire back people who are just pro-Trump. Also, why say you will have tax cuts and we are in this so-called debt? Well, believe it or not, they did a big study when the revenues, government tax revenues went up when they cut taxes. Hard to believe. It says it, but
more people will invest when there's cheaper taxes.
Yep.
That is always
more
true.
Businesses open, more people, more jobs are created.
Government's in. Yes.
Yeah, and that creates even more tax revenue. So you'll find out when you cut taxes, your revenues actually go up. It's because the free enterprise is released, the resources. So,
but that's not up to any president for tax cuts or raises. That's up to the Fed. The Fed decides, and that's
no. You're talking interest rate cuts. Income taxes here.
Yeah,
that is up to the government.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah, tax cuts is what I'm referring to.
Yeah. Heart Tulip makes us communist.
Yeah, in a sense.
That's where Biden was headed. Simply Social. We do have to do both. A lot of jobs are waste as well. Yeah.
I believe we should do cuts in certain departments, but like I said, I think we should transfer those people that are good at their jobs. Those that are lazy and doing nothing, get the hell rid of them, but those that are actually good and putting in the effort and making the difference, if their job is cut and they're good at their jobs, I think they should put them somewhere else.
Yeah, well, if they're good at their jobs, they probably wouldn't lose it.
Not because they're overstaffed. That's why.
Hard tulip, Cuban Missile Crisis.
Back again.
Boy, oh boy, here we go. Jeff Trio, Trump is signing an energy bill with Ukraine this week worth $11 trillion. That seems like pretty rich here. Said he's using it to bring down the debt. We'll see. Maybe 11 billion.
That hasn't been approved yet. I think the Ukrainians are saying they're not for it as written. They want some changes to it, and that was to get access to the minerals in Ukraine.
Well, look at when they send all this, technology and product and to a country like Ukraine, they just don't do it free. You're going to get back an IOU or something. And I think that's what Trump's doing. He says, hey, you owe us $500 billion, 500 billion. How do you plan on paying? Oh, well, give us time and don't charge us much interest. No, you got resources, we'll take that as payment. So, and they're not going to do it overnight. I mean, it'll take years, but I got no problem with them doing that. Nobody rides free. Hard tulip, close English U.S. bases.
There are no U.S. English bases in America. There's three American bases in England, but there are no British bases in America. There's British bases in Canada that I know of, but there's a training facility in the U.S. that the U.K. has, but not as fixed bases like Lakenheath or Mildenhall in the UK.
They'll go through that, I'm sure, Hard Tulip, and try and cut out any waste they can. Simply Social, 2.4 million people are in the government right now. Good way to bankrupt the country. Pentagon has 62 four-star generals. I did hear that.
I didn't know that.
Are you kidding me? Why do they need 62 four-star generals? Absolutely waste way too many people in the government. Yeah. Like, I think how many years ago at the end of the war there was 4?
Well, there should only be
generals,
4, one
now
per
there's
branch.
62.
Navy, the Marines, Air Force, and the Army.
Yeah.
collecting big paychecks, big pensions, big benefits. Yeah, get rid of you can probably get by with 10% of that. Live and work with Mike. I used to work for the government. I saw all the waste that went on, and if I tried to correct it at work, I got yelled at. My first job was
saw that as a defense contractor.
I saw
for the U.S. Army.
My first job was with the government, and I thought, oh my God, what a waste of money this.
Yeah. It was just so many red tape, so many forms we had to fill in for each and everything. I said, why don't we just have 2 forms, this for this, this for this? And instead we had like 14 forms that we had to do just to get any piece of equipment moved.
Yeah.
You know, from A to B. It was a lot of red tape. I saw that too.
Yeah,
I did. To me, it was just a waste of money.
The FBI, CIA cuts are not useless. We probably need more of them. Some of these cuts are personal.
I think it is. I think Trump is basically trying to get back at the Democrats. You know, I do think a lot of this is revenge.
Well, I don't think so. I think a lot of it is you want people. You're democratically elected by quite a bit to run the country. You want people similar to your thinking to follow through with their orders. And if they're against that, then they shouldn't be working at the government. So, you know, you align yourself with people that are similar minded that you think will carry out the orders as issued. That's all.
I think it's still revenge.
Heart tulip, Trump is with Putin. Rootin' tootin' Putin.
Yeah. I think he needs to talk to Putin. I think he needs to talk to Zelensky. And I think there needs to be an end to this war.
Yeah, I think really this week they say.
It'd be great if all 3 of them can sit down and talk.
Yep. Simply Social, better to talk than start launching bombs. Simply Social, Democrats are mad. 98% of government workers voted for Harris. That says it all.
Yeah.
98% voted for the loser.
Yeah, she did lose. I have to give you that. She did lose. Me personally, I wanted Kennedy. I'm an independent. That's why I wanted Kennedy. And he wanted to buy 5 million worth of Bitcoin. So
good.
5 million Bitcoin.
Back to the Bitcoin.
Yeah, back to crypto.
What's Duke doing? Problem is all government departments have tons of inefficiencies, correct? Having a government job is like a career lottery. use 20% of your mind with little accountability. Yeah, some people think that. Yep.
And it's for those people, yeah, they should lose their jobs. But for those that are doing exceptionally well and trained so hard for it, I think they should transfer them to a different department. And I'll stick by my guns on that one. But it's okay. You guys can agree to disagree. It's not a problem. We love that on the channel.
I will tell you what Trump's doing. It'll be the right thing. Richard Woolley, Jeff Trio, if Trump pulls off the deal, it would be amazing. I hear this week, guys, that war might end. Wouldn't that be something? I have a very high level top secret clearance. The general public can't handle the truth. They really can't. Okay.
Where the aliens buried are.
Yeah,
Tell me, I want to know.
Phil L., the problem is that the money saved with the job cuts will be used to give more tax cuts to corporations. They are raising the debt ceiling, not reducing it. So anytime you get inefficiencies out of your government or company, you're better off. And initially, I have no problem giving tax cuts to corporations, you know,
because I think that's the way to get them into the country in the first place. Yes.
Get them in and be productive, hire more people, you know. Listen, guys, the less taxes you pay to anyone, the better off you are. You can allocate your money better than any government can. Okay. You know, the governments want more and more and more of your money so they can spend more and more and more of your money. Okay. That's not the way the country was founded, nor should it run. Free enterprise is the way to run a successful country. So the less taxes you pay, the better. You know, yeah, anyways. Create the jobs and let the companies.
Simply Social says, okay, Cooper, Trump is pro Bitcoin. What do you think about that? That's the only thing I like about the man. That's it. That's what I think about it. Other than that, don't like him.
All right. I think in the USA for investments, you need to have an investment over a year for the tax rate to go into the teens. I agree. I think it's the rate for stocks. Yeah,
if you hold it for over a year, then
that's the same for stocks.
You escape capital gains tax,
yeah,
which is 35%. And it drops down to 20%.
Bingo. Well, that's quite a big savings. Yeah. So, no, I've heard that. Stephen Hibbert, TFSA is the way to go if not Canada has tax treaties with fixed rates with a lot of countries. TFA is about the only benefit we have in Canada to shelter income, but they limit how much you can put in each year. This year was 7,000 Canadian, so maybe about 5 American. So yeah, that's what you do there. Robert Pierpont, Misty won last week because MSTR stayed under 335.
It actually dropped down to 300 a share. Microstrategy.
Yeah, and Misty was down to 23 and change, so it's a heck of a buy. And yeah, I wouldn't be against picking up some of both, to be honest with you.
I'm seriously considering it now.
Yeah,
because it's so low.
Well, the nice thing with Misty that a lot of the guys like is that it pays a monthly check.
And monthly dividend.
It's volatile. It'll go up or down. It's based on the volatility, and I think you'll see the volatility pick up. So I could see those $2.02 last month. I could see it going up this next one. So yeah, stay tuned.
Because right now, MicroStrategy, Bitcoin, Fidelity, Tesla are all down at the bottom line right now.
Yep.
So that's why I'm a bit afraid to sell a call, because they're at that bottom line, you know. So I think to hedge my bets, I'm going to be looking at buying some Misty shares. So I don't have to sell any calls on the bottom line because I think it's too risky right now. So I'm thinking buy some Misty and get in some dividend payments every month.
Well done.
Yeah, until the market picks back up.
Simply Social, lots of jobs in electrician and welders. You're exactly right. Go into the right field.
Correct.
R, it's been non-caring about people who lose their job until it happens to you. Okay.
Yeah, I agree.
Mark Romano, I just quit. Who wants to hear your opinion about the president?
I don't want to get into opinions about the president. I just want to get into opinions about policies. And that's what matters in the crypto market right now. I don't want to get into opinions about Trump. I don't want to get into opinions about Harris or Biden or anybody else. I just want to get into opinions about policy and nation state adoptions.
Go Bitcoin. What's Duke doing these days? Government jobs in Canada don't hire the people with good grades. Quite the opposite. I worked for the Canadian government. My first job. It was a joke. Simply Social. Cooper, did you hear about DEI getting hired just on your color and out of knowledge?
I did hear all that. Yeah.
Hard Tulip. University much cheaper in Thailand than in UJ. What's UJ?
I don't know.
Might keep her there.
Okay. Yeah, universities are much cheaper in Thailand.
And Throckmorton, keep in mind the job is just part of it, although an important part, especially customer service. Many government employees sacrifice more exciting careers for benefits and pensions. Yeah, that's got a good point there. Live and learn with Mike. I got my government job with my degree.
And a lot of people did. Yeah.
Simply Social. Yes, income taxes is up to President Trump cut U.S. to 15%. Less taxes we pay, the better, guys.
Yeah. It'd open a lot of new business options.
Yeah. Hard Tulip. What want British leader to stand up to the bully Trump next week?
I don't think he will. I really don't think Labor's got a spine in them, especially that Keir Starmer, two-tier Starmer they call him. I don't like what he's doing on censorship. I really don't.
No. Yeah, no. Hall, Benny Vega.
UBI.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Uncle Craig, it's all the letters saying you are bad at your job that's insulting and clearly worded to appear that termination is with cause so they can reduce liability. Yes. Lawyers will be getting involved again.
Oh, yeah.
Live and learn with Mike. The major problem with government is they always pay higher costs for everything they buy and waste tons of money. Yeah. See, when the government spends your money, they don't care.
I'd like to see an audit on defense. I really would.
Oh, they probably will.
Because working in the Army and being a defense contractor, I saw the crazy amounts of money the U.S. government is spending on things. Crazy amount of money. $300 for a hammer.
Yeah.
Because it said U.S. military on the hammer. When the same hammer you could buy for $20 at any hardware shop. So I did see a lot of the cost evaluations, and I think that's where they need to look into.
Simply Social, yes, Europe loaned them $100 billion that will be paid back. Trump just wants an agreement that the U.S. taxpayer will get their money back. So, bingo.
See if it happens.
Simply Social, we only had 7 4-star generals in World War II. Now we got 62.
And we have 1 5-star general.
Oh, really?
Patton was a 5-star general, bingo. I think.
Yeah, good point, Simply Social. If they wanted to do a real cut, they could do it in the military. U.S. does not need tanks. All we need is cyber and missile defenses. We've had such a hardware lead on everybody, we can sit for a decade. Yeah, they'll look at that.
True to that.
Richard Woolley, Democrats love big government, and conservatives love saving the money. Correctamundo.
Some truth there, yeah.
Hard Tulip, how close is Trump to Putin? The Ukraine boss has ripped us off. Well, we'll see. They talk about Zelensky, I think, has ripped off the U.S.
I don't know if he's close to Putin or not. I really couldn't tell.
Who's that?
Trump.
I think he deals with them.
Well, I think he can deal with them.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a personal choice.
The thing about Trump, they don't know what he's going to do. That's a good thing. They knew what Biden would do and this guy would do. They don't know what Trump.
He's like a wild card.
Yeah, and that's a good thing.
Nah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I think we need stability.
Tim P. Oh, we missed one there.
Did we? Sorry.
Tim P. Good day, Coop. Brooke and Darlene. Interesting discussion going on. Observing from the sidelines as we have enough problems in Canada. Don't we? I stay out of those country issues.
Yeah.
Yeah, Canada is.
Smart man.
That's Simply Social. Cooper, every October they would waste so they could get the same amount next year. That
all departments do that. They got to spend a certain amount. If not, if they spend less, then their budget gets cut for the next year.
Okay, let's sail through these. We're getting up here. Uncle Craig, I met both colonel and generals that frankly I wouldn't trust to make coffee.
I've met a few of them too.
Simply Social. Cooper, you lost me. Trump is trying to save the country. Okay.
I don't want to lose anybody, guys. I just want to keep politics out and just go on policy alone.
Hard Tulip was watching the David Soul movie Rage. Jeff Tria, what do you guys think Doge is going to pay? I heard $7,500 next year versus as a happy 250-year birthday to the American taxpayer.
Have no idea.
Yeah. Oh, he's talking about the Doge coin, I think there.
No, I think he's talking about the Doge payment.
Oh, from the savings.
The savings. They're talking about $5,000 or something right now. Yeah.
Scotty Russian, should you show some proof before accusing the president of doing something for personal reasons? Yeah, that's a good idea. Where's the facts?
We all can have our
Show
beliefs.
me the facts.
I love it that we're diversified.
You can't compare World War II general counts to today's. In World War II, we just had grunts, airs, and tanks. It's a little bit more complicated now. Well, I don't know if it's that more where we need 62 of them.
Nah, that's a lot.
Anthony Gordon, Cooper and Brooks, others seeing waste and fraud up close. Give employee opportunities to suggest ways to cut. There's a good point.
Yeah.
More well-informed ways to save than chainsaw method. Yeah.
I think they are going in too hard.
Yeah.
I think there are ways.
Yeah. When ask for suggestions, because you might find a lot of people give good suggestions.
Yeah.
So next, please. What's Duke doing, Coop? You got Kennedy, just not as president. He fully endorses Trump, correct?
He does. He's gone over that side, and he's going to be in charge of food and what goes into our food in the U.S. And we have a lot of obese Americans out there. I know I'm one. So I think that's a good thing going forward.
Next, please. Hunter Orion, 8-month buyout for refusing to return to office seems quite generous. Yes. Jeff Trio, JFK owns a lot of Bitcoin, and so does the Vice President, J.D. Vance. Yes.
And so does the new head of the SEC Commission, too.
Well, they're not stupid.
They all own a lot of Bitcoin.
All right, Scotty Rishin, do you have Facebook? I got it. This is not the place. Okay, good. Hunter Ryan, allow individuals to seek other options within government, though willingness to return to office is still necessary. There's a good point. A lot of them didn't want to go back to the office. Blakester Drums, trickle-down economics has never worked.
A lot of opinions here.
Artula, months ago, your politics were secretive.
They were secretive.
No, not anymore. Captain Action, Cooper, Brooke, thanks for a great show. Darlene, I know you're the one that's made it all happen. Great group of people in that chat. Love this channel. Please hit that subscribe and thanks button.
And thank you for that, Captain Action. We got a little bit off topic today.
All right, the closest thing to a libertarian government I've seen in Thailand, it's a reason why there are none. I look at the government as the parents and we are the babies.
Okay.
Heart Tulip, I got autism like richest man in the world. At Blakester Drums, but yet they keep trying to do trickle down.
Trickle down economics.
Simply Social. This is the article on Japan robots, artificial intelligence robots killed 29 scientists in Japan in 2017. Hide News Today.
Okay, I'll look at it. I'll go check that out. Thank you, Simply Social. I'd like to check that out.
Revolted. Hard Tulip. Prefer Scandinavian countries. High taxes. 60% tax for Finland and Denmark. Oh my God, they just
get back to crypto.
Yeah,
there we go.
Billy Mayfield buying MSTR today. By the way, Brooke, are you from Tennessee? You're loaded with common sense. There's a guy that
CBD
knows.
Go.
Yeah, go. No, I'm from Canada, Billy. Mark, great job, Brooke, on being level-headed about Trump. Hopefully, Coop can learn from your wisdom. I'm working on him because being anti-Trump might not be positive for this channel. Correct.
I like what he's doing for Bitcoin. I don't like his mouth, and that's all I'll say on it. I'm independent. I can say what I want about both parties.
Greed is the #1 problem in America. Greed is good. Companies will always build outside of America unless they listen to Trump, if they have that option. Companies, guys,
they'll go where they're taxed the least.
They'll go where it's most beneficial.
Yeah.
And taxes is a big part of it.
For example, if London charges 20% tax and New York charges 15%, businesses will open in New York over London.
And Trump was big on that the first
Economics
term.
101.
Yeah.
Got nothing to do with politics. That's all about tariffs.
Well, yeah, it's all about taxes.
It's taxes, sorry.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, but tariffs is another option as well. So interesting to see. I remember Trump in his first term really wanted to get more businesses opening in the States. Now he's on the same page. He's going to use tariffs this time. I think first time was more through less taxes, and that seemed to be working as well. So interesting. We'll see.
Simply Social says, Cooper, Elon is auditing DOD next week. Good. I think that needs to be done.
Live and learn with Micah. We'll be at the meet and greet tomorrow evening. Yes.
Yes, tomorrow evening is our meet and greet at 6
Tuesday,
p.m. at Fraser's.
6 p.m. at Fraser's.
Come on,
so we'll
come
have
all.
fun. Yeah, come on, come all. Robert Pierpont, all tax breaks for the very rich does is make billionaires, and all billions of dollars in a few hands is not good for buying the or is good for buying. This is exactly what made Russia an oligarchy. Okay. Hard Tulip, was the money you got from the U.S. government okay for you for your accident?
Yes, it was. It was okay, the amount that I got.
R, the DOD will never have a true and transparent audit. The DOD is an embedded system. Well, we'll see. They'll have a look.
And I'll say this, folks. What I like is, me being an independent and Brooke being pro-Republican. It doesn't matter what our political views are. We're able to get along, and that's great. I love it. I talk with Democrats every day. I talk with Republicans. I talk with the independents, and it's great over here. And that's what I like about the channel right now. We got a lot of people giving their 2 cents about one or the other, and the good and the bad. That's all good. We're all here. We're all retirees or future retirees.
I'm starting to wonder about you.
No, it's all good.
It is. Okay, Uncle Craig, my first cousin's son is the president of Bitcoin Magazine.
Okay, wow.
Bingo. Tommy Lee, on a different note, how's the high season doing in Jomtien?
Busy, but not as busy as it was pre-COVID.
Okay.
But it is busy. I see a lot of the beach chairs filled up in Jomtien and Pattaya. So, yeah, it is
I see more
busy.
people in the pool here, Tommy, but again, that's normal, We'll wait for low season. Things will get back to quietness. Heck, I think almost 20 generals got killed in the Russia-Ukraine war, so it's just how things are now on the general count, that is.
Yeah, they did, on both sides.
What's Duke doing these days? That article was debunked as fake, I believe. He's talking about the scientists getting killed by the robots.
I have no idea.
Maybe it was. Who knows with all the fake news out there these
Robot
days.
murder debunked many times.
Oh, yeah, many times. Okay, there you go. JJ, good morning, everyone. See you everyone tomorrow at Fraser's. I'll be wearing a Trump cap if I can find it. Yeah, I mean, you should wear mine. There we go. Hard Tulip, next movie about Trump. New movies out about Trump. Okay. Hunter Orion, back in the U.S., politics seemed to be much more passionate. When I was in Thailand, I didn't think about politics at all. Trying to get back to the land of smiles. Correct.
And you're absolutely right, Hunter. Politics really doesn't matter over here like it does in the U.S.
No.
We just have a good laugh and joke, and it don't matter what side of the fence you're on. We just have a lot of good jokes at each other's expenses, and it's quite funny. You'll see when for those that watch and when you come over to our meet and greets, they're really fun, and we have a good laugh.
Les Brown.
Coop. Okay.
But America has a huge payroll cost. It's not just taxes. I don't even think that is the first concern. Combination of a bunch of things, I guess. Richard Woolley, all the countries that are no longer making and building stuff are now the ones going down the tubes.
Yeah. And that's one thing I like about Thailand, Richard. Thailand has gone the way of, if you want to sell it here, make it here. And I like that. It gives the Thais a lot of jobs. And I think they should continue doing it.
Les Brown, please stop bashing my president.
It's my president too. I'm an American citizen.
Flexer Drums, main reason I'm going to retire in Thailand other than affordability and the women is to get the hell out of the USA and politics.
Yeah, smart man.
Yeah, same in Canada. Greg, Elon is going to lose it with the DOD audit when he finds out how much the military pays for a dang hammer.
Yeah. $300. I saw the receipts.
And toilet seats were expensive too, I think they said. Simply Social. Remember, the billionaires own companies. The workers at those companies pay taxes. Correct.
Yeah.
Scotty Richmond, are you on the CTA Facebook page? Coopersthaiadventure, CTA stands for. Anytime it's a race for the first trillionaire, the world has failed.
It is a race, unfortunately. Yeah.
And Throckmorton, when I worked for the Crazy Hotel, we were required to order from the company catalog. A large plastic garbage can for the kitchen was $300 US. So it's not just government, it's brothers-in-law. And Jeff Trio, Trump wants to abolish the IRS and let tariffs pay instead of the people. Wouldn't that be interesting? Scotty Richmond R at Scotty Run. What is CTA?
Coopersthaiadventure Facebook group.
Uncle Craig, haha, Elon will lose on the DoD audit because of the $20 billion to SpaceX over the years. Well, his rockets work. That's one good thing. NASA's not so much. Hard Tulip, Newcastle First Street in world to be lit by electricity, 1879. February single lamp, mostly street.
Yeah, they used to have the old the wick with the oil.
Yeah,
and they had the oil lanterns back in the day
Guys
before
walk around
electricity.
and light the
thing you go lighting them all. And we got to wrap this up, folks. We're at 2 hours, 1 minute right now.
David Lowe, the robots claimed it was a misunderstanding in court. yeah, right.
There we go. I do like the sense of humor.
Coop, that hammer was military spec, so there's that.
Yeah, it was military speculative cost is what it was. And that's it. We're out of comments. Please, guys, don't be upset. We're talking about politics. We welcome every chat on the channel. It doesn't matter whether you're pro-Biden, pro-Trump, pro-Kamala, pro-Kennedy. It doesn't matter who you were or what you supported. When you come here to Thailand, the only thing you care about is that you keep getting your check every single month. So it really doesn't matter what government is in, as long as you're getting your check. And that's what I live for, my check every single month. I'm sure you live for your check every month from Canada. So going forward, what we've got coming for you on the channel is I made our first walk and talk yesterday. So I was back on the beach filming our first walk and talk. Darlene will be editing that shortly. And then we also have another video in the bag that needs to be edited. And then on Tuesday, I'll be filming with Sean some properties. There's been a lot since I started my dental implants that are now come on the market. So we want to show them to you guys as well, for those that want to buy and those that maybe say, hey, I like that place. Are there any units available for rent? You know, so it's a good opportunity for you to see the new places that are up because they finally opened and they've given out the keys. So we're going to be filming some of them for the channel this week as well. And then we got a motorbike ride. We got some videos from Banks Array that we're going to be making and a lot of informative stuff about Thailand. So make sure you look out for that. And they'll be on the channel available for you to watch from the 12th of March when we fly out to go on the cruise. Now, our flight to go out is on the Wednesday, the 12th of March, and it's an evening flight, so we'll still have Wednesday live stream the day that we fly. Okay. So Brooke and I will be on here for our 2-hour special live stream, and then we'll fly that night. So we got plenty of time to do one last live stream before we go on our cruise vacation. So thank you to the...
Now, tomorrow night, we got the meet and greet.
Tomorrow night, we got the meet and greet.
6 o'clock at Fraser's.
Wednesday morning, we got our regular live stream, and then Saturday evening.
Okay.
So we'll still continue to do the 3 live streams up until we go on vacation.
And this morning, we're still going to Route 66 for brekkie.
As soon as we finish this live stream,
okay,
which is right about now. We're going to say our goodbyes. Mike, thank you for coming on and have a great day. Thank you for coming on, and your shout out to Darlene, Cooper, and Brooke. Richard Woolley, thanks guys. Have a great week, and you too, Richard. All I know is Canada could use Doge. Finally, the corrupt government ministers would be exposed, along with their treasonous traitor collaboration, and the government refuses to name. And Simply Social says thank you to everybody that came on and joined us. And it doesn't matter what side of the fence we're on, we all get along. We're all retirees. That's what we all have in common, and that's what should matter most. So until next time, wherever you are, Bitcoin's hanging steady at 95.7. Wherever you are,
sale.
Thank you for watching Coopersthaiadventures. Thank you for throwing in your opinions, good, bad, ugly. We don't mind. We like it all on here. We're all retirees. Until next time, wherever you are, good morning, good afternoon, God bless. Hit that thumbs up if you haven't done so already, and hit the subscribe. They're free. And then come over and join the Facebook group. Till then, take care and stay tuned.